Today we got two of the most powerful mutants out there going head to head. Scarlet Witch during the House of M storyline, and Jean Grey as the Dark Phoenix. Who comes out on top? Let's find out.
Hear the music.
I could do this all day.
The world knows Wanda Maximoff as the Scarlet Witch, a mutant with probability manipulation and reality warping abilities. Twin sister of Quicksilver, mother to Wiccan and Speed, and ex-wife of the Vision, Wanda has taken on many roles throughout her life, but will forever be known for causing the decimation of mutant kind. Scarlet Witch's main power is the ability to manipulate and warp reality at will, which was granted to her by the High Evolutionary's experimentation and further amplified by Demon way back at her birth. She actually is able to manipulate reality by manipulating a force known as chaos magic, which results in her hex bolts. These bolts destabilize probabilities by affecting energy fields and matter, ultimately inducing chaos. While she's stable and healthy, Wanda wields her powers with great skill and proficiency, and is even able to trigger and control multiple occurrences at once. She's blocked Thor's lightning, slowed down time, teleported herself and others, transformed War Machine's armor into pure iron, wrapped a powerful monster in water and sent it flying away. Then, by manipulating probabilities, she's made machines explode, caused guns to jam, made it so people missed their attacks, or even caused an opponent's powers to stop altogether. Then, while Wanda served as a conduit for Earth's life forces, her powers were further amplified, though not always under her conscious control. In this state, her power is so great that she can alter the entire Earth's reality at will, and permanently shift the nature of all possible futures without even realizing that she had done it. It was here that Wanda created the House of M reality, and unleashed the infamous spell that eliminated most of the Earth's mutant population. Doctor Strange later said that this spell was so complex and so strong that it had woven itself into reality, and the world of magic itself. To try and reverse it would cause all of reality to implode. During House of M, Wanda was able to rewrite reality on an incredibly vast scale, depowering essentially 99% of the Earth's mutants with 3 words, then recreate reality so that mutants are the dominant species, bring Quicksilver back to life, and she caused Hawkeye to cease to exist simply by accident. Scarlet Witch is actually considered to be the Nexus being of Earth 616, which, according to the Watcher, are rare individual entities with the power to affect probabilities and thus the future, and actually serve as the focal point for that reality, and a cornerstone for the multiverse. Being a Nexus being also suggests that she could be placed alongside other Nexus beings, like Jean Grey, Franklin Richards, and even Odin Borson. So that's what we got in one corner, one of the most infamous mutants out there, Scarlet Witch. But now entering the ring, Jean Grey, or more accurately, Dark Phoenix. Jean Grey was one of the 5 original X-Men. An omega-level mutant, telekinetic, and telepath, Jean has gained near limitless power as a recurrent host of the Phoenix Force, a powerful cosmic entity. Phoenix is actually an immortal being representing all current and future life, with the power to create or destroy. It has at times chosen a host to live within, granting the vessel outstanding power, even having the power to create or destroy. Phoenix can fire immensely powerful concussive force blasts, and can actually travel through time and space by collapsing itself from the inside, like a black hole, then reforming at its destination. Dark Phoenix can also absorb many different forces of energy, ranging from the life force of a person to an entire sun. And since it is the source of all sonic energy, it has vast telepathic and telekinetic abilities, and is always looking for a host that was strong enough to bear its power, with Jean Grey being the most notable host. When Phoenix does enter its host, it allows them to control all matter on the subatomic scale, to the point where they can manipulate the entire universe. Jean can also generate endless amounts of energy, as well as absorb endless amounts of energy. She can exist in any environment without harm, create space-time warps, and even create separate timelines. On top of all that, her telepathic powers have been greatly enhanced, to the point where they can actually become visible in the real world. As Dark Phoenix, Jean's powers have begun to corrupt her, driving her to madness and forcing her to crave more and more power. She became completely possessed by the Phoenix Force, to the point where she battled against and destroyed the X-Men, battled against and defeated the Shi'ar Imperial Guard, then teleported to a different galaxy and destroyed a sun, forcing it to go supernova and destroying planets in its wake. Just like Galactus, Dark Phoenix had become a destroyer of worlds. So who comes out on top? Well, let's break it down. Now, these are arguably two of the most powerful mutants in the Marvel Universe, or at least the two mutants with the most power potential and destructive capabilities. But which one of these two is more powerful? That's the ultimate question here. So let's figure it out. Now, the Phoenix Force itself is easily one of the most powerful beings in the Marvel Universe, and is even referred to as a multiversal entity on several occasions, being the embodiment of all psychic energy from across the universe. But this is essentially unlimited power to both create and destroy anything and everything, and has been stated to be an Omega level threat by Mr. Fantastic and an Extinction level threat by Quicksilver. Its immeasurable and incomprehensible cosmic power also appears to be the strongest and most powerful when bonded with Jean Grey. She's known as the one true Phoenix, is completely compatible with the entity, and possesses incredibly strong and powerful levels of telepathy and empathy, has telekinetic godhood status abilities, and even has essentially complete control, manipulation over the realms of matter, energy, space, time, existence, and thought. It's never been fully explained just why or how Jean is the true Phoenix, but the two do have a strange and profound connection to each other, and Jean Grey is basically the closest thing that the Phoenix Force has to a physical form. At her best, Jean has become the White Phoenix of the Crown, possessing essentially total control over the entire existence, being able to warp reality, bring anything into existence, freely manipulate all existing things, and return them to nothingness when they fulfilled their purpose. In fact, as White Phoenix, she's able to warp reality on a universal scale, and has actually been able to heal a wounded universe out of her compassion. But you can't really claim that this is her upper limit. I mean, healing is arguably far more complicated than destroying. Jean also could have just let that universe die, and it only shows how insignificant a single universe is to the likes of her, showing that she is far beyond a universal being. She's multiversal as well. But we're not talking about White Phoenix Jean. We're talking about Dark Phoenix Jean. Yeah, she's still got her unprecedented connection to the Phoenix Force, but she's not really the height of her powers, or as in tune with Phoenix Force like she was as White Phoenix. That's arguably because this version of Jean Grey has been essentially bloodlusted by the Phoenix, to the point where she was willing to fight against and kill the X-Men. But there was still a little bit of the real Jean inside there, and made for conflict. But even with that being said, Dark Phoenix is still insanely powerful. She's still able to use her telepathy and telekinesis, but just at much, much, much greater levels. She's even able to rearrange the molecular structure of matter, and able to destroy Shi'ar battle cruisers with ease. Probably most impressively, she flew into a star, absorbed the energy and actually destroyed the star, causing it to go supernova, and actually destroying a planet in the process. However, Dark Phoenix's greatest feats didn't actually happen. It didn't take place in Marvel's normal Earth 616 universe, but took place in a classic What If issue, Volume 1, Issue 27 to be more specific. Of course, I'm talking about the time where Phoenix lost complete control, taking out all the X-Men when they confronted her, and didn't stop there, going totally insane and wiping out her entire universe. Like the Watcher said, terrible as Jean's fate was in the main Marvel universe, it was far worse in this reality. But like we said, this didn't happen in Earth 616. Well, it's possible that Jean actually has this level of power as the Dark Phoenix. The most that we've actually seen her do is it just destroying suns and planets. Granted, insanely powerful, but not quite a universe. On the other hand, Scarlet Witch during the House of M storyline was able to manipulate and warp reality on a nearly unrivaled level. Yes, she was heavily amped during this time, but still, was able to rewrite reality and depower basically every mutant on Earth with just 3 words. Just 3 words! She later rewrote reality again, making it so that mutants are the dominant species in the world, not just changing the present, but fundamentally changing the past, everyone's memories as well. She's brought the dead back to life, erased people from existence with just a thought, created pocket dimensions so that she could experience the joy of having children, and she's able to just freely manipulate the fabric of reality, viewing it almost like building blocks that she can move and change at will. But Wanda didn't just manipulate or impact Earth alone with her spell. Doctor Strange was able to alter Beast's perception, allowing Hank to see reality as he sees it. And Strange said that Wanda's spell isn't just in the landscape, it is the landscape itself. What she did so completely changed reality that it's nearly impossible to see where reality ends and her alterations of it begins, and that she had cast her spell over billions of souls, over countless worlds, and even across multiple dimensions. Reality had been consumed by her spell, and if Strange was to try and reverse it, all of reality, all of reality could implode. That's an insane level of power, and to be frank, it's power on a much broader and vaster scale than Dark Phoenix has shown. But there is a catch. During the House of M story arc, Wanda was insanely powerful, to the point where her words basically equaled reality. And when she said no more mutants, those 3 simple words robbed nearly all mutants on Earth and perhaps in the entire omniverse of their powers. The mutant gene became inactive, and there were no more new mutants until the Messiah was born. The mutant Messiah, who was a ridiculously strong connection with the Phoenix Force, to the point where the Phoenix itself calls her my child. Basically, only one force was powerful enough to break Scarlet Witch's curse over mutant kind, and that was the Phoenix. On the other hand, Wanda's chaos magic is actually proven to be super effective against the Phoenix Force and Phoenix Force users. Like when she's gone up against the Phoenix 5, well, she was able to beat Phoenix Force Namor, beat Phoenix Force Magic, and her and Hope would have beat Dark Phoenix Cyclops together. And when Wanda fought against Hope, being amped with the Phoenix Force, well, their fight almost destroyed the Earth. So, end of the day, who wins? Well, I don't think that Scarlet Witch can actually beat the literal Phoenix Force. It's a multiversal entity, and is essentially the very embodiment of life and creation. I'm not even sure Scarlet Witch can beat White Phoenix of the Crown, seeing as she was so casually able to heal an entire universe. But going up against Dark Phoenix? Well, I see House of M and Scarlet Witch coming out on top. Like we said, the most the Dark Phoenix did was destroy a star, destroying planets in the ensuing supernova. On the other hand, with just 3 words, Wanda was able to fundamentally change all of reality. Plus, Wanda's chaos magic has proven to be super effective against the Phoenix Force in the past. I gotta give this one to Scarlet Witch. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Sound off in the comments down below. Also, be sure hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn on notifications to join the Fan Kill Army, and I will see you next time.